Did you know that 60% of job candidates ignore red flags during interviews, only to regret their decision later? Or maybe you've walked out of an interview thinking, something just felt off. Today, we're diving into the warning signs you need to spot in job interviews to protect your career. Welcome to the topic of red flags in job interviews. It's a subject that could save you from a career misstep. We've all been there, excited about a job opportunity, maybe a little nervous and sometimes so focused on impressing the interviewer that we miss the warning signs. Spotting these red flags is crucial for making informed decisions about your next career move. After all, a job isn't just a paycheck, it's where you'll spend most of your waking hours. Here's the challenge. Job interviews are high-pressure situations. You're trying to sell yourself, answer tough questions, and make a great impression. In all that chaos, it's easy to overlook red flags that could signal a toxic workplace or a role that's not what it seems. Ignoring these signs can lead to poor job choices, stress, and even burnout. Imagine accepting a job only to find out the role is completely different from what was described. Or worse, the company culture is a nightmare. That's why recognizing red flags during the interview process is so important. So, what are these red flags? Let's dive into the top ones to watch for. First up, vague or unclear job descriptions. If the interviewer can't clearly explain your role, responsibilities, or success metrics, that's a problem. It could mean the company doesn't know what they need, or they're hiding something. Try asking, "Can you walk me through a typical day in this role?" If they dodge or stay vague, take note. Next, negative comments about former employees. If the interviewer badmouths the person you're replacing, saying things like they couldn't handle the pressure, it's a sign of a blame-heavy culture. A professional company focuses on the future, not trashing the past. Another red flag, high turnover rates. If you hear phrases like, "We've had a lot of people come and go," or if you notice the team has no long-term employees, that's a warning. It could indicate poor management, unrealistic expectations, or a toxic environment. You can ask, "What's the average tenure for this role?" to get clarity. Then there's disrespectful behavior. If the interviewer is rude, dismissive, or constantly interrupts you, that's a preview of how you'll be treated on the job. Pay attention to how they communicate and whether they value your time. Finally, watch for unrealistic expectations. If the job requires 60-hour weeks, constant availability, or skills far beyond the role's pay grade, that's a sign of poor work-life balance or misaligned priorities. Ask, "What does success look like in this role?" to uncover hidden demands. Let me share a story to drive this home. Meet Sarah, a marketing professional who was thrilled to land an interview at a fast-growing startup. The job sounded amazing. Until the interview. The hiring manager was vague about her role, saying, "Oh, you'll wear a lot of hats." When Sarah asked about team structure, she learned the company had replaced 3 marketers in the past year. Worst of all, the interviewer kept checking their phone and interrupted her repeatedly. Sarah ignored these red flags, took the job, and within 3 months, she was overworked, undervalued, and miserable. If she'd trusted her gut, she could have avoided that nightmare. Stories like Sarah's show why paying attention to red flags isn't just smart, it's essential. Let's recap. When you're in a job interview, keep your eyes open for vague job descriptions, negative comments about former employees, high turnover rates, disrespectful behavior, and unrealistic expectations. These red flags are your early warning system, helping you avoid jobs that could derail your career or happiness. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. You deserve a workplace that respects and values you. Now, it's your turn. Have you ever spotted a red flag in a job interview? Maybe you dodged a bullet or learned a lesson the hard way. Share your stories in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, check out our next video on the top 5 questions to ask in any interview to make sure you're fully prepared for your next opportunity. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one.